Hello, folks. Phil Gallagher of ThrabenU here for a Kaladesh Remastered Draft. Blah. So I recently decided to go on a sort of like journey of self-improvement, and I really want to work on my limited game. I've done about 15 drafts of Kaladesh Remastered at this point, and I decided I know the format well enough that I'm comfortable throwing them on YouTube at this stage. So we're just going to do best of one draft here, which they call Premier Draft, in case you're not familiar with MTG Arena. So normally I don't ask for this sort of stuff, but if you notice that I did something wrong in the draft, or you really think I should have taken some other pick, please leave me a detailed comment with your reasoning down below, and I would really, really appreciate that. Um, I'm doing things like recording my matches for myself and rewatching my drafts, trying to figure out where I really messed up, didn't read signals right, overvalued a common, undervalued an uncommon, stuff like that. So please, detailed feedback with timestamps if you want would be super great. Feedback on the matches is always great, but during the draft, that's very, very helpful for me right now. Okay, so we have a good rare and 3 good uncommons in this pack. That's where the majority of the conversation about this pack is going to be. At common, the only like really hot common in this pack is Thriving Rhino. But I think all 3 of these cards up here are just going to be better. So Marionette Master is pretty darn good if I'm willing to go into black and sort of like do the revolt based stuff. I've found some of that stuff kind of clunky so far, but black has some really good commons. It's just hard to trigger revolt if you get some of the good uncommons like Vengeful Rebel. I think red is very good in this set, and I kind of want to take a red pick here over the rare, but I think I'm just going to take the big powerful top end rare and maybe let someone else fight over like red and white from this pack. So I don't really get good black in this pack. I won't be taking a black card out of this pack. Visionary Augmenter is okay to good. Furious Reprisal is good. Revoke Privileges is good. Furious Reprisal is a 2-for-1 versus smaller aggressive decks, but doesn't actually kill a bomb, which is kind of a big deal. I should probably just take the best card in this pack, which is probably the Visionary Augmenter. Like a 4/3 that can also create multiple bodies if you have a Dawn, the Hawk, no, the Eagle. Dawn Treader Eagle seems pretty good. So let's go ahead and pick that up. I think Fretwork Colony is a trap. You have to be really aggressive to want that, and on a lot of times the games stall out a little bit too much for that to be good. There's not really an amazing card in this pack in the direction that I'm maybe going. So maybe I should just take a powerful common like Attune with Ether that might indicate that green is open. Like, this rare is not anything special. I could take the Weldfast Engineer, but I've passed on a lot of red stuff already. I think I'm just going to hedge towards green being open a little bit later. Again? Maybe again. Like, I don't really love Implement of Malice. It's okay with Marionette Master, but I'm not guaranteed to be in black right now. I think I'm just going to take this again. We'll see if green starts flowing. No, but Aether Poisoner is probably an indication that black is going to be okay. Like, this is a Death Toucher, which is very good in this format. Like, it can take out large ground-based creatures like Thriving Rhino. And it's also just something to do with energy. I think I'm good with this. This is maybe not late for that card, but that card is pretty good as well. Kind of same thing as last time. This is still here. I think I'm looking at either the Druid or the Audacious Infiltrator. Like, all I have from green is a Tune with Ethers, which, like, that's not a reason to go into green. I think I'm gonna pick up the aggressive 3/1 here. And I don't think this is insane. Okay, yeah, alright. This is a late Propeller Pioneer at this point. This is pick 7, and this is a 3/2 flyer most of the time, which is pretty good. Alright. Is there a world where I end up green-white? Maybe I didn't get any Rhinos, no Riparian Tigers, no Lifecraft Cavalry, though, thus far. I haven't even seen them. And if I would have decided to go red early, we'd be in a very different position. I'm going to go ahead and pick this up. This is really late. Do I pick up the Implement or the Salvager? Pick up the Salvager here, like taking the body that might do something on board. I find this card is really hard to make into a 3/3. I'm just going to pick up the Foundry Screecher here. This is a little messy. Pack 1. I don't love this card, and I also don't love this card. I'm going to pick up the Fretwork Colony. Okay. There's something for our bomb rare. Neither of those is particularly playable. We're absolutely not in blue. All right. I think I'm looking at Die Young here. It's just an early removal spell that is going to help me glue together whatever deck I end up doing. Maybe I should have moved into red this draft. Like, if my initial picks went a little bit differently, I probably could have picked up a Hungry Flames here as well as a number of late decent red 3-drops. Renegade Map is good. Aether Poisoner is good. I think I'm just going to take the Aether Poisoner. I don't have something that like super relies on Revolt right now. I don't have something like a Vengeful Revel that really makes me want to have the map. I think I'm just going to pick up the like good playable card. Ooh! Fatal Push and Restoration Gearsmith are both great. Daring Demolition is quite good as well, but not better than either one of those uncommons. Still haven't seen anything like a Thriving Rhino, so I think I'm going to get rid of green and try to move in on black-white. There's a world where this comes back around. I think I'm just going to pick up the Fatal Push. It's less expensive. It's good on the curve. And this pick's probably not exciting. Live Fast is okay. A 2/2 is okay. I Killer Bug is better than it looks in my experience. It walls important 2/1 creatures. Not Ether Swooper, but the red equivalent of it in particular. And the lifelink is pretty good come endgame. I think I'm going to pick one of these up. Like, the more artifacts I pick up for Marionette Master, the better. Okay. So, Decoction Module, in my experience, has been cute, but not particularly good. I think I pick up a Daring Demolition here. I'd be happy to pick up a Fen Hauler later. Another 3/1. I don't super love X1s in this format because servos. But I think I'm going to lean towards the card that impacts the board versus the card that doesn't. Well, I guess servos are a bad example with this creature in particular. But there's so many small creatures. Even something like a Thriving Turtle that gets one counter on it. Like, just kills this in combat. You can't even, like, attack in and get through with one of your creatures without losing either. Subtle Strike is okay for this deck. It's a good early combat trick when we have things like this. Is the 2-drop just better, though? A handful of those are tricks. I might not need the 2-drop. I might be able to take the trick. Alright, another Propeller Pioneer is probably better than Implement of Malice. I have a lot of 2-drops, even if I'm not necessarily going to play all of these. Let's assume I'm not playing Rush of Vitality. I'm going to leave this in the Consider pile, but I don't think I'm playing it. Goggles? We have Ether Poisoners. An Artificer. Pioneers are Artificer. Yeah, okay. You're also an Artificer. Notably, if we were able to take that Winding Constrictor, we could have made a huge Marionette Master. But, like, green has been cut hard. I'm not playing any of this. I don't think. I don't want this. I'm just going to randomly pick up a rare for vault-based reasons. I could play an Implement of Malice. I don't think I'm an Inspired Charge deck. I'd rather be a Dawnfeather Eagle deck. Ooh. This pack's really good for us. Like, I'd play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 cards from this deck. So I have the Poisoners, I have Die Young. I don't really have anything that's going to very consistently give me energy. This is not going to be at the best in my deck. I think I just take Fairgrounds Warden here over Dawnfeather Eagle. But I would really like a Dawnfeather Eagle for the deck. Oh, another Fatal Push is gas. Oh wow, this pack's really good for me. Person next to us just grabbed the rare out of it, whatever it was. I wonder if I have enough late game for this deck. The answer is bordering on no, but my removal suite is really good. I think I'm going to pick this up, but I need to aggressively take top end at this point, even if it's not the best. So Die Young is the best card in the pack in my colors. But this might be a Bastion Mastodon pick, unfortunately. Like, I don't have that much flying. I don't have Dawnfeather Eagle. to close out games. I might just need something big and fat. And that feels bad. We have Panharmonicon deck. I can get some energy and exile 2 creatures. There's some weird things going on with Fabricate. I don't know that I want to play a third one of these. Let's pick up the rare. And maybe not play it. Sky Skip's okay. Eddie-Tail Hawk is, I think, a good common. We don't have that many. Well, actually, we do kind of want to get these in there. Maybe we'll pick up the Hawk over Skyskiff. Skyskiff's an artifact for our bomb. Go ahead and pick this up. Eager Construct's okay. Foundry Screecher's okay. I think I like the Flyer. Haven't seen any other self-assemblers this draft, so I'm going to assume someone else is on that game plan. Alright, this is a late Serpent. Pick 7. We're going to pick up another one of these. And maybe we can make the Panharmonicon work. I would play this. I would play this. We won't just grab the random mythic rare, I don't think. With the Hawk, do I grab another? I think I like the evasion. Yeah, maybe we are playing Panharmonicon. Not playing any of this. Alright, I have some trimming to do, but like the biggest decision is going to be whether or not I actually play the Panharmonicon. It's one of the more broken things that my deck can do. I think I'm going to start with a pile of removal. I feel like I have an absolute crap ton of removal. Go ahead and drag you over here too, even though you're a creature. Subtle Strike is going to count. Okay, I think with picking up 2 Propeller Pioneers in the last pack, I don't need this as top end anymore. I was like definitely worried at the time. You can go. I'm not going to play 3 of these. I guess like questions are, how many removal spells am I going to be playing? How aggressive am I going to be? Is Panharmonicon good? I have so many Fabricate creatures. Does ETB do something? No. That's a shame. So this card does nothing some portion of the time, and then another portion of the time, it just like upgrades all of my creatures or causes me to make a swarm. I think the Panharmonicon would be better if I had a Dawnfeather Eagle. I think I'm going to drag this game on long enough where I don't want Fretwork Colony. Like, Goggles on these early creatures so they can continue to attack in or stall things out seems good. But I don't know that I played this many removal spells. So maybe let's get the Herald of the Fair out of here. Maybe let's not play Subtle Strike since I have 2 Fatal Pushes. Go ahead and drag you back to the creature side of the equation. Then I need 3 cuts. I'm really torn on this Panharmonicon. Like, Marionette Master being a 4/6 is pretty good. But it being a 7/9 is insane. And, like, a servo dying and then my opponent losing 7 life is crazy. Like, Paragon Warden X2 is so good. Alright, let's try to keep it. Maybe Defiant Salvagers. Actually, Defiant Salvagers, Panharmonicon, Marionette Master combo? Oh, no, let's junk this. I still need 2 more cuts, though. I have a lot of early plays with this deck. I'm trying to keep artifact count high-ish so that my bomb is good. Well, maybe I just play 1 Implement of Malice. I really need them for my artifact count though, otherwise I'm like very reliant on servos. Or a dwarf rogue, not an artificer. Maybe I trim 1 of you and I trim 1 of the implements of malice and I call something like that good. I could also go down to 16 lands. But I don't have anything like a map. And I'm also really reliant on 4 drops. Maybe it's not crazy to run 16 lands and get this 3/1 back in there. Yeah, let's get the 3/1 back in there and try 16 lands and see how that feels. Alright, sorry, I just need a screenshot for my purposes. Let's try this. So, I would call this an okay draft. I don't walk out of this one feeling like I drafted a masterpiece by any means. I think I very much identified that black was open, and I feel like I nailed that. And we got some good white stuff. But there might have been another black-white drafter at the table, because some of my cards that I might have wanted back didn't come back. Like, I think it was pack 2? Don't think we're going to use a removal spell on that. Unfortunately, that would mean I'm not using my mana this turn if my opponent doesn't play another creature. I don't want to trade Aether Poisoner for this. So I think we're just chilling. we can deal with that, actually. I can die young that. But I think I need to not just, like, telegraph that I have an answer to that thing. Go with the +1/+1 counter here. The CMC on this is 4. If I make a servo, and now I kind of wish I had a servo that I could just like chump block with and then fatal push this. I can always just trade away Ether Poisoner and then kill something that way. Oh, a third color. Oh, are you gonna turn on my Revolt for me? That'd be cool. Either one of these tramples. I have a 4/4 that's not profitably blocking either of these things. I think I'm just crashing in, unfortunately. Is there a world where I just fatal push this servo now? I have 3 removal spells in hand. I'm having trouble using them. This might be the point where I just, like, kill this thing. Not gonna do that. So both of these are crew 3 or crew 4. I can now run to the situation where I try to create a servo and then leave up a push. That might be better for me. Yeah, I think I'm no longer the beatdown. No, let's not attach goggles there. I think I need to deal with the board right now. I stay defensive for 1 turn. Okay, so Fatal Pushing here doesn't change things. Alright. Now, pre-combat, because of the white indestructible combat trick, I probably want to blow up one of these. I think it's Peace Walker Colossus. I think I need to value my 6th life pretty highly here. Or do I? I need Revolt for Fatal Push. Next turn I die young this. You trade with Servo, Fatal Push that. Maybe I take the 6 here to keep my Servo. Yeah, let's take the 6. Alright, so I have Fatal Push available for this, or Die Young available for this. Like, I have some combination of removal spells. I think I'm just going to pass here. Again, my deck is a pile of removal spells with a decent late game. Die young before they're in combat, I think. Oh no, Die Young doesn't work on this. It's CMC 4. Okay, yeah, so I need to chump. Alright, I think I played this turn cycle wrong. Should have attacked with Propeller Pioneer. And I also could have considered Die Young this on my turn. So they couldn't crew this. Oh, sorry. Okay, 1 damage to any target is quite bad for me. Actually, I guess I could Die Young the car now. Oh, shoot, Die Young is a sorcery. Alright, not my best performance here. Through 3. Alright, it might just be time to take out the Sweatworks Brawler. One, two, three, kills that. Giant creature. Giant creature seems valuable here. This can't be blocked. We just going in and hoping our opponent doesn't have a creature that allows them to crew this. That might be my best chance at actually winning. I think that's my best chance at actually winning, even though that exposes me quite badly to something. Yikes. Let's tap one of each here. Hopefully we get a bomb out of our opponent here. Nope, it's a puzzle knot. Okay, so... my opponent can crew the Ballista Charger and do very bad things to me. They just have to sacrifice the puzzle knot, and they can crew this, kill one of my 3/1s, and I have to chump. Or I'm dead on board. That's not good. I have to leave back 2 creatures, then chump, then try to finish my opponent next turn, which might actually be doable. Alright. Can't be blocked by artifact creatures is a pretty big deal here. Might be 1 point short. Yeah, I might lose this one because I didn't stack in with Propeller Pilot one time that I could have. Yeah, that's probably happening. My opponent... yeah, my opponent can just attack him with 3 servos if I just equip here. But maybe they don't do that. Oh, we're right there. They might not go for the kill. They might just, like, Ballista Charger put me up. Okay. They also get to attack with the Ballista Charger there. Okay, that one was winnable. I have no problems with losing that one. This hand is not keepable, unfortunately. We have a fistful of black cards and only white producing lands. This one's better. I'm going to throw back one of these lands. I have equal number of plains and swamps. The only double black card is Marionette Master, so I'm going to go ahead and throw back the swamps. Whereas I have 2 Visionary Augmenters that require white-white. Alright, we've drawn the Panharmonicon. So this means theoretically the longer I wait on Ether Poisoner, the better, because I can get 4 energy out of it later. I don't necessarily need a Death Toucher immediately. But it will be big butt creature. And I don't know that I'm going to attack that into Ether Theorist. Maybe let's play this out anyway. Then my opponent doesn't get like free chip damage shots with Ether Theorist if that's something that they want. I don't know how aggressive their deck is going to be. Probably not if they are playing that. But I get to be aggressive here. Let's go for mana efficiency here and play the Foundry Screecher. This also has evasion, whereas this does not. Rough. And good follow-up from my opponent. I think I'm going to sandbag showing off double black. Can't make a servo this turn. I also don't know that I'm the aggressor anymore. But my opponent's more likely to scry with this than attack with it anyway. I think I will attack in. Alright, I have set future draws up to be good. We'll see if the Panharmonicon pulls its weight. I'm on the fence about it. It's a card that doesn't immediately impact the board, which, like, a basic fundamental theory of Limited is that you should be playing cards that impact the board. You have Menace. No, you have Improvise. Trample Haste. Alright, this is a card that really punished that Ether Poisoner attack. That'll be good. That'll be real good. I'll need another land. Death Touch will just kill its things regardless, so let's go ahead and just move this here. Yeah, I think I'm going to make 1,000,000 servos, like make 6 servos and get the Inventor's Goggles attached to this. And then every time I chump block, I get to drain for 2. That seems cool. Gear Seeker Serpent would probably be one of the things that I'd be most scared of right now, because like that unblockable aspect ignoring Marionette Master would be pretty brutal. Notably, my opponent is now out of energy. Alright, Poisoner or Infiltrator, who's going? Infiltrator? Take 1 in doing that. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay, so kind of similar question. Do I want 1,000,000,000 servos? Like 1,000,000,000 servos for Marionette Master seems good. But I could just create a large creature, like a very, very large creature this turn. I haven't quite been in a situation like this one before, so I'm not sure. I could split the difference. Nah. Go servos. I'm gonna attach it. And you know what? I'm gonna attach it. I don't think that's optimal sequencing for this turn, but okay. So this is kind of an annoying bomb. Like, the flyers are pretty good against what I am about to throw down. Actually, do I just put all of these counters on Marionette Master, and then I have 4 servos already, and anytime one of those goes to the graveyard, my opponent loses 7 life? Maybe that's correct. Or again, maybe split the difference between the two. Yeah. So now, anytime one of these dies, my opponent loses a bunch of life. I probably want to be attacking in with some number of these, maybe all. I still have like 3 more on the defensive. And they're kind of unblockable. Did my opponent said oops. Did they just like give up? Like they said oops before they blocked, not when all those triggers went on the stack. So that's interesting. Sorry about that. The girlfriend is at the store. Or on the way to the store. There's a store-related things in her future, so I have to help her carry in groceries whenever she gets back. I'm not expecting that to be for like another 45 minutes, so hopefully we're through most or all of the matches. I go first. I'm going to keep this. I have a large number of 2-drops I can draw to make this hand considerably better. Like, leading on a Skyskiff is okay if I don't draw one of those, though. Like, it's Skyskiff into Foundry Screecher, attack for 2, into the Visionary. Now I might slow my roll and just hold back the Skyskiff to block that. Am I the beatdown? It could be the beatdown. I can attack for 2, then 5. Maybe I am the beatdown. Alright, I am willing to attack this first time before... Nope. Before settling in for a longer game if I need to. It's probably correct for my opponent to not pay here if they can't make more energy. Yeah, because of salivating gremlins. I want something with 3 power to block that. That could be Foundry Screecher, that could be a Propeller Pioneer. Could be both. Be Visionary Augmenter. And save the flyer for later. Yeah, maybe make it Visionary Augmenter. Because that can have... Split it? Yeah, let's split these across multiple bodies. And then I won't attack in case our opponent has some sort of combat trick. Like, I'm gonna try to make combat trickier for them. And then once I feel like I have the board locked down, I'm going to get in there in the air. Okay, how do I want to kill this? And do I want to play around the red combat trick? I don't think I want to play around the red combat trick. 2 and 1. So I did a little better than trading 1 for 1 there. All right. Has it shifted so that I am the beatdown again? I can attack for 5 in the air. Yeah. Let's crash in with these evasive creatures. I do kind of want to end this game before something like the Dynavolt Tower just ruins me. I don't think I want to trade my Propeller Pioneer. Let's take that damage. Okay, so that is probably just a Peafowl that can't really block. 8. 2 4s. Yep, I think I'm very much in on the aggro plan. I think I'm going to go Propeller Pioneer. I will put the counter on it. I'm going to cruise Sky Skiff with the Propeller Pioneer. That way I can leave the servo back to block if things get real weird somehow. I think there's some questions about whether or not I should have been attacking with the Foundry Screecher in a few of those other turns. I was kind of like pivoting back and forth, deciding whether or not I was the aggressor or whether or not I was on the defensive. And maybe that was correct, or maybe that was me just being too wishy-washy. This is a fine 6-card hand that doesn't have white mana. Like, Goggles into Aether Poisoner is fine. If I draw one of my 8 white sources, this hand is good. An Implement of Malice. That'll help me draw into some land, but I don't know that I actually want to play that before I play the Aether Poisoner. So, like, the 2/3 walls this, and if my opponent uses a combat trick, I think I take that 2 for 1. And then I try to, like, get one of their higher quality cards. Fair? I don't think I am trading Aether Poisoner for this Sage. Although I do think they should have attacked. I don't know what's in their hand, though. This doesn't look good. No attacks. So at this point, we're hoping to drag this game on, and like hopefully Aether Poisoner can trade with a better creature like a Thriving Rhino or something. Yeah, a Pima Outrider would be a great creature to trade with. Okay, I am going to get to cast spells. I have 5 removal spells to be drawing towards. Blocking is a little weird. My opponent attacks in with the Pima Outrider. Kind of want to trade the Audacious Infiltrator for it, but I get blown out by the +3/+3 gain 2 energy removal spell. Invigorating, whatever it's called. If I do that. Whereas I don't get blown up at that if I block with Aether Poisoner. Oh, man. That's good. So my opponent can use that on my Aether Poisoner and then attack with a couple other crappy creatures. And then I lose the option. Actually, my opponent can activate this twice. Oh, they didn't do it! Yeah, unless they have something else really good to spend energy on. I might have, like, Snap. Activated this on both and then attacked with the Sage and the Servo. And then that trades their 2 worst creatures for my only 2 creatures, leaving them with 6 power on board. They may have other plans, though. Okay, so why wouldn't they do that? So, like, option 1 is they didn't think of it, they missed it. Option 2 is they have something better to spend energy on. My Sky Skiff kind of messes with things a little bit here. I will absolutely trade for that creature. All day. So the question is, like, which way do I want to trade for it? I think I'm going to try to give up the Infiltrator. Use your combat trick. I'm good with that being out of your hand. What do you have that is such a good energy sink? Alright, do I want a 4/3? Or a couple of 1/1s? Probably a 4/3. Yeah, I think my opponent could have played this one tighter, and I would have, like, really been in trouble. Now, they may have some just crazy energy payoff, uncommon or rare or something, that makes their lines make sense. Then they're, like, playing towards a longer game, since I have no pressure. Having a little bit of trouble parsing their train of thought currently. I think I want to trade Skyskip for this and just, like, work on stabilizing the board. This time to just trade the Poisoner? Leave myself with a 4-3? I think it is. Take a little bit of trample damage here. That's okay. Like, I have the better creature on board. Didn't they have a creature with a +1/+1 counter? So if they did that pre-combat, I was in worse shape? Yeah, they had a... Oh, they had 2 creatures with plus... No, this didn't have counters on it, but their 2/1 did. Am I trading? I don't think I trade. Not ready for that yet. We're not going to go for chip damage here. My opponent might do something crazy like turn all their creatures sideways. I would not have played that land pre-combat. Oh, they're going to let me take the Rhino? Interesting. I need to leave myself with something. But I need to kill this Rhino this turn, otherwise, like, that is going to get out of control. I can 2-for-1 myself. And just trade off both bats. I kind of like that. It leaves me with a 4-3 so that all this stuff can't attack in. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 removal spells to draw towards. Plus Marionette Master as just a killer bomb. I've already used my card draw spell, right? Yes, I've already used my 1 card draw spell, so at this point I think I'm going to hold these lands. Do I need to block here before this gets any other value? Might need to. Like, if I block now, they get an energy out of this. But they get no +1/+1 counters. And I think if I just, like, draw blanks from here, I'm going to lose anyway. Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. This is not how you want to use this card. Alright, opponent correctly identifies that they can push in for 1 damage. The first striker is fantastic. That prevents that same attack from happening next turn. I do have to worry about, like, a Riparian Tiger quality card messing me up at this stage. Like, I'm not super well equipped to deal with something like that unless I draw one of my removal spells. You're gonna take my Propeller Pioneer so I can't attack? Okay, like... I got a premium removal spell for my common. I'm good here. Man. Okay, this is the, like, uh-oh time. I need to answer that within, like, one turn cycle. That'll do. I think I just have to make the larger creature here. So my opponent's current strategy is probably go wide and try to kill me in one shot. And need to do a little bit better at drawing relevant cards. I have 12 of my 16 lands currently. Oh, no. I wonder if my opponent has me dead without an alpha attack. If I block this, forces chumps on at least one run. Okay, they're not doing it. That's great. I don't have attacks either. If that on the Pima Outrider is quite good. Well, actually, that doesn't change much. Okay, cool, cool. Well, it has no flyers. I think I make the servo. I chip in for 2. There's probably a mathematically correct answer to whether or not I should do that. I'm just going to chip for 2. My opponent hasn't been attacking because the combat math is hard. And if that trend continues, I can at least whittle my opponent down so I can maybe pivot. That attack might have been greedy. I've thought they maybe should have been attacking for a couple of turns. Or maybe more accurately, there were turns where they should have been attacking to just try and kill me in 2 attacks, even if it costs them a creature or 2. Like, I have Marionette Master on Pima Outrider, Ether Poisoner on a Rhino. I only have 2 lands remaining in my deck. Die young. Okay, so this is a sorcery. I probably need to take out their Pima Outrider. Can I attack with this? Nah. Let's plan on drawing another Propeller Pilot or Visionary Augmenter and gumming up the board a little bit more, and then maybe getting saucy with attacks. Opponent has 10 cards remaining in library. I have 9. I need to be cognizant of that. Fatal Push. I want to use this Fatal Push to kill a Rhino. I think I am going to somehow kill my opponent with Marionette Master triggers. I think that's my primary out. Double Fatal Push now. Now I can probably sneak an attack. I still don't feel super safe doing it though, because it... No, I guess this doesn't trade with Rhino if Rhino attacks. Servo can't block that. Yeah, give me your Seed Sculptor, and then I get both of your Rhinos. Sure. Kill the other Rhino. I feel pretty confident that if my opponent had a instant speed combat trick, though, that they might have been able to Alpha Strike in and just kill me. Okay, there's an evasive creature. That's nice. I attack in with my 4/6. Does that work? I need to do something to pressure my opponent's life total. My opponent could put 2 creatures in front of it, and I only... Yeah, okay, that's not gonna do what I want. Don't have many attack steps to finish this game. Okay. I think my opponent is focused on not dying, so they're not doing a great job of actually trying to kill me. I think they might be able to do if they just like took out Marionette Master one of the 2 times they had the opportunity to. I think this is going in because it either represents 1 free damage or 4 drain damage. I send the Pillar Bug in for similar reasons. Maybe I do. Like, I have 4 cards remaining in library. I don't know that I can do it with the Pillar Bug. The Pillar Bug is really valuable on defense. Cards. 3 turns of attacking. 4, 8, 12. Plus I can most certainly push a little more damage than that. Oh, right. We can do it this way, too. Well, that's very good.
I will teach you humility, if I must.
Alright.
This is your moment.
Wasn't necessarily playing around that. Okay, cool. I didn't need, like, the Daring Demolition or Visionary Augmenter. At this point, it's hard for me to close out this game. 3 more attack steps. Please, like, plus. That would be super cool. Like, plus put a bunch of cards in your hand and then I win by mill. Yeah.
Do not forget who we fight for.
I need my live cards in different positions. Alright, I have 2 attack steps to win this game. I don't think I have outs. My out is my opponent doing something that causes them to deck first. This is going to be a game that I'm going to go back and rewatch and see if I could have done anything differently. Like, I don't think my opponent played this one well. Like, I think they could have done different role assessment and ended up in a better place. Yeah, so 2, 4, 5, 6. Even if my opponent were just to take all the damage 2 turns in a row, I have no outs to actually kill them. On the off chance that they kill themselves, I'm going to play this out. I couldn't have been a puzzle box that drew some cards. Yeah, I needed this in a different position. Alright, GG's, opponent. Having a bunch of my, like, very good cards, like the Daring Demolition and the Visionary Augmenter on the bottom of the deck there was a bit rough. I mean, the Mythic Rare from my opponent at the bottom of their deck didn't help either. Alright. Is this a matchup where I want to Fatal Push that? I'll take 1 damage from that, and then decide if I want to Fatal Push something else. Like, I'd much rather get, like, an Ether Chaser with Fatal Push if I can. Yeah, or that. Let's get that. It's a classic just because you can cast a spell doesn't mean you should cast a spell situation. Oh, that was their turn 3. They missed a land drop there. That's fantastic for me. Can steal a lot of tempo back, potentially. Fair. But, like, I'm happy to see that card. That was a 2/1 flyer. Ooh, I am willing to take a turn of tempo loss to play this. I think I'm going to be making a couple of tokens and then working towards Marionette Master. So let's just, like, play another one of those. Let's go ahead and make the servo. For Marionette Master based reasons. I want to Fatal Push anything. I kind of want to just, like, get rid of the Death Toucher here, even though it's not, like, the spookiest thing in the world. Because I want to tap out for Marionette Master next turn. And if Marionette Master is going to attack, I can't do so through a Death Toucher. You have Reach. You have Reach. 4 damage drain. I don't think quite worth it when my opponent's at 22. Six damage is a lot to ask from a red deck. I expect this thing to sit on the battlefield. And giving it 6 toughness is why. Sorry, finishing that thought. Giving it 6 toughness is specifically why I chose that mode over a different mode. We'll remove this eventually, and I'm not scared of this. Like, I just block that with a servo, drain my opponent, and take some damage. I value creating servos here for the long run. Now I can't attack in while that dragster exists. Die Young, Daring Demolition, Fairgrounds Warden still. Absolutely. Oh. Well, red removal didn't kill my creature. That was about as expected. play the more expensive spell. It's gonna be really awkward if I have to like use a premium removal spell on a High Spire Artisan. It's what's going to happen long term. They don't have good attacks right now. Yeah, I really don't have good attacks, and probably won't for a long time now. I also don't have good blocks. How does Inventor's Goggles do at changing that? So I equip this here. Yeah, that's actually not bad. This is going to be an Inventor's Goggles dance game. My opponent could triple block. Sets them off up for such a bad blowout, though, if I have any one of the black combat tricks. Alright, so now we'll move this to a Propeller Pioneer so that their Thopters can't just, like, crash in for free. Ah! No, you don't get 3 cards. 1 damage, deal. I don't know that we beat the 6/6 First Striker. I have 2 outs to that. Daring Demolition and Fairgrounds Warden. Uh-oh. Okay. Make the same attack, hope that that can keep getting through. My opponent triple blocking is now profitable for them, but I don't think I win unless I try to push this. Crap. Alright. I need to kill the Reach creature. Sure. But in the short term, 3... 2/3 is okay. Yeah, let's equip it to a servo in the short term. Well, maybe it should have been Propeller Pioneer so that the Thopters can't attack. Trample? You trample. Yeah, that was probably the out. Okay. So you're just eating 6 damage for me. And you can kill that. Alright, I need a redraw. I don't get maximum value out of this, but I think I just need to take this. Fairgrounds Warden is great. Go ahead and just play that out. I have a mana sink now. Alright, it's time to trade bodies. Do I win this game if my opponent has a removal spell? Probably not. Like, if my opponent has the +3/+3 removal, like, damage spell, they just, like, pump in the air, and I'm probably dead. I don't know that I play around that. I think I'm good with trading bodies, though. So let's just, like, trade this, take 2 in the air. I don't think I want to block with Fairgrounds Warden. Like, the 1/3 blocker is pretty valuable long term. Equip 1, attack in. Play Poisoner, re-equip to other Propeller Pioneer is probably the line. Do the equipment dance. I think my opponent has a land. Alright, yeah. I mean, show me what you got. This isn't so bad. So I equip this here, and I can go up the board pretty well one way or another. You have to worry about this. I'm going to take the larger creature. I think I'm actually going to attack with the Poisoner. I'm like very happy to trade the Poisoner for this. I don't want my opponent to have reach. If I can shut off their reach, I can probably win with higher card quality. Alright. Equip this, turn that into a big creature. Good with trading this for a Thopter, right? Yes. Send it. Send it. The goggles now go to the flyer because it's evasive. Okay, does an alpha kill? Block, block. 3, 4, 5, 6 alpha kills. Great. Whew. I was sweating that one. Is that win 4 now, or is that win 3? That's only win 3. Okay. Let's get one more. Like, if I get one more, I more or less break even for the draft. I still don't know how to feel about the Panharmonicon. Like, it does very dumb things, but it is a dead card that doesn't have immediate impact on the board. I will keep this hand. It needs more land to do its thing. But, you know, there's more lands than anything else in the deck. I always thought the flip, like, the red-white Scry 2 card is a little weird. Oh no, I've missed on land. That's disastrous. Like, I have a very good hand against this deck. Like, I have 2 removal spells and, like, a good inevitability card. If my opponent just plays, like, the red-white 3-drop here, I'm probably just dead. Alright. This happens sometimes. There's nothing to be done about it. I don't have to discard yet. But I think if I miss a land drop one more time, I just can't come back from this. Like, I'm going to take 6 this turn. In all likelihood, if my opponent can do something. Like, maybe they don't have another creature. If they had a creature, they just, like, play creature here. Oh, they do. Shit. They've also opted to go wide, which means something like a Dawnfeather Eagle might be in my future. Okay. Life's bad. I need to Fairgrounds Warden the 3-1. I think I need to Fairgrounds Warden the 3-1. It's really bad in the face of like a Welding Sparks, though. But I don't think I get to play around things when I miss this many land drops. That's fine. That's not fine. That's non-combat inevitability. And now they get to like also just like ping me again with it. Oh, this is bad. I need to keep my Fairgrounds Warden. There's the possibility that I'm supposed to like just throw the Sky Skip away this turn for 3 life, given like how awful this is. Alright, I'll play the Death Toucher. I'm just dead in 3 turns to this combination. Oh no, that's brutal. Like now, Swamp into Daring Demolition isn't live anymore. I don't think I'm supposed to mulligan this hand. Like, maybe I am. Oh, now their Sky Skip is bigger than my Sky Skip. Ugh. Alright, you know, That's okay. Let's pull up the deck and take a look at it. Like, we batted 500. That's not the... Oh, now I can't. All right, you get my screenshot then. Oh, screenshot? Okay, you get screenshot, but not arena music, apparently. All right, so this deck was okay. Again, in the draft portion, I said I wasn't overly thrilled with it. We maybe could have used the 17th land. Like, that was a game where I wanted the 17th land, and I was a little on the fence whether I should play 16 or 17. There is a lot of like top end fat in this deck, but as we saw in like our very, very long game in the previous round, like when you flood out, it's so bad, and I need gas. We had kind of a weird mix of aggressive flying elements and a decently large pile of removal. I don't think this deck was bad. Like, there were things I could have done differently. Maybe I wasn't supposed to play the Implement of Malice. Like, I played it for synergy with Marionette Master and to make my Foundry Screechers larger another, like, some portion of the time, but maybe I should have just played another, like, white 2-drop. I think I sent one of those to the board that I didn't play. There were definitely other decisions that I could have made during the draft as well that might have put me in a slightly different position. Anyway, if you made it this far, please leave me some comments on what you thought about the draft or some of my decisions. I really would appreciate it. I'm trying to very actively work on getting better at limited, and I hope you enjoyed this.